Heyo, what's going on? Fallen Sanctum here, and today we're gonna go with a more educational kind of video. We're gonna start this new series because I feel like a lot of people could use some basic understanding when it comes to a lot of things. Buying and selling isn't like the easiest thing in the world. Sure, you can say, oh, I have this, oh, I sell this, bim bam, shadabam. Let's let's just go through a quick way to package products. Now I know I'm not the best at this, but I wanna give it my shot. I wanna show people how I do things, and so that way, if people do have an issue, then yeah, they will no longer have this issue once I show exactly how I do things, because then they will be able to choose if they want to purchase or not. And one thing that's really important in life is being transparent and being clear with what you do. Jesus Christ. Okay. So here we go. We're gonna hop on down, right? So I use what we call top loaders, and I use what we call penny sleeves. I also have access to regular sleeves, but I feel that for now, I use regular sleeves on big ticket cards. Say, I don't know, like, let's say this, right, would not be penny sleeved. It'd be regular sleeved. So, but it's penny sleeved, right? But that's just like, it's display because it hasn't sold yet, right? So we have two sleeves, two cards, right? So we have Millennium One and Chaos of Valorem. I'll be honest, anything under $30 gets like the penny sleeve treatment. And the cards that are penny sleeved are always like, they're always clean, and they're always nicely put into the top loader. So the way to put things in a top loader, remember, the top loaders could fit a maximum of 2 cards if you use regular size top loaders. These are regular size top loaders. There are things called fat loaders. I do not have one around, but it's one that's like, it's like this thick, right, or whatever, and it fits like maybe 5 or 6 cards, right? So the best way to use a top loader, right, is you put your thumb on one end, right, and you slowly place the card, and then you squeeze the ends so that it creates a vacuum, and you push the card in. I see the card is nice and safe. This is an order for one of my customers. You can see I also did the same thing with a matte and Imperial Dramon, $3.5 and like 12 Canadian, so like $3, 12 Canadian, so it's, penny sleeve treatment. The cards are in the same sleeve. Alright. And so now that there are multiple ways to continue this. Now, I know a lot of people are going to recommend that you use painter's tape. I don't really like painter's tape, and here's why I don't like painter's tape. If you properly push in the card into the top loader, because some people sometimes will have like, let's take a random card that has no value, right? Let's put it in a penny sleeve. Let's just create another example for you guys, right? If it's stupid to say, but some people do this, right? Right, like the card is just at the tippy top edge of the top load. They're like, oh, the tape can stick to the card if you do, but like, this is not how you're supposed to ship. You're always supposed to push the card down. So you always want the cards from the cards, put the border of the frame to touch the frame of the top loader. I remember top loaders are slightly bigger than standard size cards, so no matter what standard size card you sell, there should be no problem. If you sell a card bigger than a standard size card, you may want to use a fat loader, because fat loaders are bigger than regular top loaders and therefore can fit weird board card game sizes, because this is pretty large, right? So, alright. So now one thing I really like to do, and I do this for most orders, but I normally do it when there's a few top loaders. If there's a single top loader, here's what I would do, right? I already have one of another customer I packaged, right? So you can see here, right? I sealed just the team bag, because if it's just one, if it's just a pair of cards, right? It's gonna be relatively not thick, as long as it's in Canada, whatever. Naturally, under like, I want to say at least under, at like, if it's not too fat, it'll be like the $1.94 stamp, right? So taking shipping into account, when the package is not too big, anything can pass under $1.94 stamp. But if it is a little too big, then it'll be like it'll be like $2.92, and that can be a little more costly. So just remember, if you're charging $2 on PWE, try not to send more than like 4 or 6 cards at most. I think PW has, because cards have like 2 grams per like 2 gram. It's 2 grams per card, and you don't want to send more than like 8 grams in PWE. But naturally, I would never recommend sending more than 2 loaders. And if you're sending PWE, you would have a loader here, right? And then you tape the loaders, because if you do it like this in a bag, tape, it might be a little too fat. But the life hack is that, remember, this is smaller than the size of an envelope, so you can fit this in an envelope. And this is what I do. This is what I used to do with some packages at Geekitude. Is you would split the package size in half, just so that you'd be able to ship it. As long as things are properly packaged, nothing gets damaged. But on small packages, I do not tape the loaders. But I will here, because there are quite a few alternate arts. And what's important to notice, right, is that when you are when you are taping the edge, you're gonna have to tape more than one edge. But if you look at this, right, the top loader now, it looks like it's smaller than where you taped it, right? Like the opening is closed. So now definitely the card will not move, but we want to make sure the top loaders don't move either. So if you're being extra careful and you're dealing with customers that are extra picky, no offense to anyone who is super picky, but you know who you are. And sometimes these are precautions that are best to be taken in the world of buying and selling. You know, some people will be super happy just to have a card and top loader, little baggie, seal the bag. But see, look, this, it is super secure. The top end is closed, the top loaders are sealed. I can shake it, nothing happens. Right? This is an example of a super secure package. And then we move on. Now there are many different types of of bubble mailers in the world. This is the only size I use, which is why there can be some controversies in terms of, I guess, like how much I'm willing to ship before I want to enforce tracking. But this is what we'll be putting this in when we get a bag. And a little bag, right? So, actually, if things are top loaded or whatever, you could use a piece of cardboard or whatever. You can use whatever you want. Just cover the loaders, right? Make sure the top loader is covered. You never know what could happen. The package is already super secure, but if you are dealing with a super picky customer, you do not want them complaining for any reason. So now all the edges are taped. The bag is taped. And now, in certain scenarios, I used to have bulb mailers that were just a tiny bit bigger than this, so then I could fit the cards like this. Right? But if you notice, these bulb mailers are just a tiny bit smaller, so unfortunately, I have to slide it in. When placing the top loader inside the bubble mailer, you really want to place it upside down, and you want to push it to the end, right? And then if you want to be super picky, right? Because you want to change the layout of what the bubble mailer looks, you're gonna crush the outside space that the top loader is not in, so that there is less chance that the top loader will move up, right? Because it'll meet a path of resistance, and like electricity goes the path of least resistance. Well, so do moving objects. Moving objects will not try and force through anything that they cannot physically force. All right, and so then once you've crushed the outside of the bubble mailer just a little bit, it's gonna make it look like Canada Post damaged the package a little bit. But trust me, when it comes to super picky customers, these small details are gonna be like super appreciated. And yeah, basically this is a then example. I have opened my address, and then I will not show the next part, which is writing the customer's address. Right, so when placing an address, remember it is super important to always place your address on the top left, because this is the return address, this is the sending address. So like, this is what it gets returned to if ever the package is lost or could not be delivered. Unless it was chosen to be like put at the post office or whatever, but that's a delivery option that normally you can settle if you take tracking or whatever, if ever you're not home or whatever. But this is the address for the customer. So you're gonna write the name, the address, or whatever. I always also include the country that they're in, because normally in an address, like, people don't write Canada or USA, but just for safety precaution, I always write it, because you never know. Let's take, there's Springfield, right? If you're shipping to the States, somewhere called Springfield, there's 6 different towns called Springfield. There's 3 different towns called Springfield, and there are 4 different streets called Springfield. You're gonna have to be very specific as to what you're writing, because especially when you're creating a label online or whatever, if you just type Springfield and you click a random option, you are very likely not going to the right address. But yeah, this is pretty much a packing tutorial on how I ship orders for very picky customers, and I showed you guys how I pack customers for the more relaxed and coolio patrons. And so I hope this helps you understand that all the packages that you order from me are super secure, and super nice, and super safe. If there's actually any issue that you would like for me to try and resolve, any issue that I can resolve, not including packing, because you already know packing is super safe, I will do my best. There are times where, example, some guy ordered a comment, and I sent the wrong comment. I will gladly send out the correct comment if I make a mistake like that. Or like, if I sent the wrong number of cards, I will gladly resend out the proper amount that is missing. So yeah, I just want to mention that I feel like I've done a good job in this packing tutorial, and I hope you guys can enjoy buying, selling, and understanding how to properly pack things going forward, just to avoid packing issues. I feel like there aren't many packing tutorials like on YouTube and stuff when it comes to like TCGs, and it's just mainly a lot of shit posting, and I want to help you guys out. So on that note, my name is TheFallenSanctums, and I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Ciao!